What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So Michigan State basketball picks up Big Ten play again on Friday night at Ohio State, 8 p.m. on Fox. Ohio State came into this season as one of the sleepers in the Big Ten and have had some tough losses along the way this season so far, but some good wins on the books as well. Wins over number 19th ranked Texas to kick off the season, had a win against Rutgers, a 20-point win recently over number 4 Kentucky. So overall, they are coming in 9-4 to this game, 1-1 so far in Big Ten play. They have a win over Rutgers, as we said, and then a loss to Maryland. So we're going to jump into the matchup here, but first, if you could just hit that like and subscribe button down there. More Michigan State basketball content on the channel as we move through the season. Bunch of other Michigan State stuff on the channel as well. Handful of other stuff too, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video. So jumping right in, Ohio State is led by junior guard Bruce Thornton. 17 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds on 56, 49, 83 splits on the year. Really good for the third-year junior guard there, Bruce Thornton, only turning it over about one time a game as well as their main ball handler. Pretty impressive season there so far for Ohio State. Devin Royal, some Michigan State fans might remember him from the recruiting days. MSU was in the final mix for him there, but ended up choosing Ohio State, and he's having a good sophomore year. About 15 points a game, almost 8 rebounds, 60% from the field. Really impressive so far, leading their team in rebounds. Freshman John Mobley Jr. as well has had an impressive start to his season. 12 points a game, 44, 48, 89 splits. Pretty impressive for a freshman as well. Pretty impressive in general in college basketball. But Micah Parrish as well, a familiar name for Spartan fans from his time at Oakland back a couple years ago. About 10 points a game for him so far this season. Ohio State as a team doesn't turn it over a ton, only about 10 a game. You see that from their leading guy in Bruce Thornton, doesn't turn it over a lot, and that translates to the whole team as well. Don't turn it over a lot, only about 10 times a game, as we said. About 40% from 3 on the year. They are towards the bottom third of college basketball, though, with only about 21 attempts per game, though, but they do shoot it fairly well. Ohio State is also 349th of 355th in terms of fast break points, less than 5 fast break points a game. In turn, Michigan State has taken over the number 1 spot. They've been hanging around 2 for the last couple weeks here, but they took over the number 1 spot and are number 1 at about 20 fast break points a game. Vintage Michigan State basketball. Michigan State is holding strong. Top 14 rebounding team in the country, about 42 rebounds a game there. Top 7 in rebounding margin for Michigan State. Ohio State, bottom half of the country in rebounds, around 35 a game, and around the same place for rebounding margin as well. Does seem like they play close to 10 guys, 9-ish guys here. About 26 bench points per game for them. Not too bad overall. Bart Torvik has Ohio State as the number 40 team in the country. Top 40 offense, 60th ranked defense, middle of the pack in terms of tempo. Michigan State on Bart Torvik, still hanging around the top 25 range there at 26 currently. 18th in the polls, top 40 offense, top 30 defense. But switching over to Michigan State here, would love to see Jackson Kohler kind of get back on track here on the offensive end. 6 points on 22% shooting against Florida Atlantic, and then 1 point on 0%, 0 made baskets against Western Michigan on Monday, but still been rebounding the ball well. Double-digit rebounds in 4 of the last 5, so we'd love to see him get back into an offensive flow in this one. Xavier Booker has had a rough 2 games as well after being in double-figure scoring in the previous 4 games. No threes the last 2 games as well for Xavier Booker. Only 2 points in each of the last 2 games, so would love to see him get back in rhythm here. Like to see a 3 or 2 go down for him. That can get his scoring back going here and continue to attack the glass for Xavier. Continue to see that part of his game, develop as we move here through the season. But overall for Michigan State, just want them to take advantage of these next couple games here. This will be a tough game, no doubt. They have some really good players on this team. Bruce Thornton, as we said, Micah Parrish, we mentioned, freshman John Mobley, Devin Royal, handful of other guys too to worry about. But overall, over the next couple games here, and road games overall in the Big Ten are never easy. We know that. But over the next couple games here, you play as a consensus, teams that are probably slated in the bottom half of the Big Ten. Over the next couple, I mean, you got Illinois and Rutgers mixed in there on this Ohio State team. I think, they're playing really, they just beat number 4 Kentucky. So they're a fairly good team as well. I think they're right, right kind of in that middle of the pack right now. But for sure, Illinois is towards, in my opinion, top 3 team in the Big Ten. And then Rutgers, the talent that Rutgers has, towards the top. But besides that, teams over the rest of January, really, towards the bottom half. So want to take advantage of these next couple games here, because once you get to February here, it's extremely tough. You got the West Coast 2-game trip to USC and UCLA. Then you come back home. You got Oregon, you got Indiana, you got Illinois, you got Purdue, you got Michigan, you got Maryland in the month of February, and then to close it out in March as well. The couple games, 3 games they have in March too. It's not easy, so you want to give yourself a little bit of a cushion. So take advantage of these games coming up against the bottom half of the Big Ten over the next couple. But we know how the Big Ten works, and we've seen how the Big Ten works, especially over the last 4 years. There's no easy game in the Big Ten, and there's especially no easy game on the road in the Big Ten, especially since a pretty solid team in Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State was a lot of people's sleeper pick to sneak into the top 4 of the Big Ten and possibly even compete to win the conference. So I think this will definitely be a tough game. Bart Torvik has this one as a 75-73 Ohio State win. Basically, that home court advantage, if this was on a neutral court, it would probably be close to a pick'em, if not Michigan State as a slight favor. But I just want to see the guys respond. This their first road game in almost a month, aside from the Little Caesars Arena game. So just want to see this train keep rolling here. So I think this will be a really good game Friday night. Looking forward to it. We'll be back afterwards, obviously, with a recap. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.